You know when a film is so hyped up that you finally see it and you're like, it's not that good, it was too talked up. I thought the inverse would happen when I finally got around to seeing the 2025 Snow White, a reimagining of the classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the animated tale made in 1937 by Disney, which of course is based on the Brothers Grimm's, written in 1812. It didn't happen. This film bombed for a reason. Snow White, that came out in March of 2025, was directed by Marc Webb and written by Erin Cressida Wilson. It stars Rachel Zegler as Snow White and Gal Gadot as the evil queen. There was so much drama surrounding this film that gave it a lot of attention, good and bad. Drama about the casting choices, ridiculous anecdotes, what the actor said on the red carpet. They shot it in 2022. They did reshoots in 2024, and everyone was like, is that because of the reactions to the controversy and the picture of the bandits that was released, and then they reshot? No one knows. But it didn't really matter because the film wasn't good. What a huge disappointment. Snow White is actually the first animated film that Disney ever released in 1937. There's very little they could do with animation, but the story was strong. The magic was there. Basically, the main theme of the story of Snow White is that her innate goodness is so much more beautiful than anything outwardly that the queen had. And her goodness actually transformed people into finding the best version of themselves. This evil queen really represents like what is truly evil in the world. A lot of the times it looks like something beautiful on the outside that lures you in and makes you want to be a part of that power. Inside, it's completely empty. Not only is it empty, it's filled with toxins. The apple is dipped in this poison. When you take a bite of her poison, you become sick and you die. I mean, it's like a little on the nose, Brothers Grimm. You know, we get it. Like, the evil queen is beautiful and powerful, and inside is poison. Snow White is the opposite of that. There are parts of the 2025 remake that really do capture that essence of a magical fairy tale. The first hour or so of the movie, okay, we're in the story. That moment when we see the dwarf foot and the hi-ho, that's a great song. The classic hi-ho of the Seven Dwarfs. That's what we're in the theater for. That's what we want to see. I don't mind the CGI of the dwarfs. They don't fit in with a lot of the rest of the movie. You can tell the sort of glowiness of the scenes are trying to fit in with the fact that like the animals are fake, the dwarves are fake. Rachel Zegler is a great Snow White. She's sweet and beautiful. Her voice is absolutely incredible. She's a great actress. I thought it was a good fit. If you can just ignore what she's saying and what she's like in real life, it's a really fun number when she actually gets the dwarves to clean with her. Instead of in the original, she cleans by herself while they're at work, whatever. That's sort of how she bonds with them, is she's like, hey, I'm gonna help you guys clean up. And it's a fun number, whistle while you work. Right at the top of the movie, it feels like cardboard cutouts sort of doing a rehearsal for a fake musical. Like, I almost feel like I'm ready for someone to say, cut! So it opens up with the storybook and the cartoon turns into live action, real people, but it is just bland and the music isn't there. That first song, you're like, oh boy, something's off. We want to like go on this ride. It doesn't feel like a fun ride. It feels very tedious. Every movie has a rhythm, even if there's not singing, and this is a musical, and you're like, you can't quite get into the rhythm of it. It's bland and jolted as far as the overall feel of it. Waiting on a Wish, is okay. That song replaced the original song from the animated classic, Someday My Prince Will Come. Okay, we get it. She doesn't want to wait on the prince, which, okay. The one song that really did stand out to me that gave me that magical fairy tale moment is the song when Jonathan and Snow White realize they're in love with each other and there's like fireflies everywhere. A hand meets a hand. I thought that was catchy. I thought it was well done. And in the background, the dwarves and the bandits are having a good time and they used to be enemies. Jonathan, played by Andrew Burnap, is a rogue bandit from the kingdom. I don't mind that Jonathan's not the prince that saves her. I don't mind that he's a rogue bandit and he's rough and tumble and he doesn't like Snow White at first. Jonathan sort of reminds me of an Aladdin type character. An eagle that flies alone. Aladdin has a sidekick, the little monkey, but he'd never have like a group of bandits. He's too cool for that. The fact that he's with a group of bandits that are awkwardly standing around, we don't know who they are, we don't know their names. Literally, imagine when they're filming this, they're standing in front of a green screen. It really seems like there's some shots where the people who play the bandits don't know what's going on. They're standing around awkwardly. They don't all have lines. They're almost like extras in the scene. We don't know why they're there. They're like all sort of looking around at each other, confused, waiting for someone to tell them what to do or what their name is. We don't know who these people are. The bandits are a terrible idea. We've all agreed on that. Why are the bandits there? It's so weird. I do like Jonathan's character arc, if you could call it that. He's stealing from the castle 1 minute. Snow White catches him stealing the potatoes. He finally realizes it's her. He's annoyed by it. And then he takes an arrow for her and saves her life. They have this beautiful song. Jonathan's going to go to the South Kingdom and search for Snow White's dad, who doesn't realize that the queen actually had him killed right as soon as she married him so that she could take over. Like, no one realized that. I guess he could have been like sitting in a dungeon somewhere. The queen is covered in her diamonds, talking to this mirror, and she's in this horrible, sad, lonely, empty castle with all these people who fear her. Cut to this beautiful, humble moment with Snow White laying on a rock. Even Grumpy's heart has melted completely. He's hated her at first, and he's really been transformed by her goodness and her love. Jonathan gives her this fairy tale kiss that breaks the spell. Then the last, 10, 20 minutes or so are like so bad. You know when you're in a situation and you've gone too far, you've made too many decisions towards this situation, and you're like, shit, it's too late to back out now. Is that how everyone felt when they were shooting? Like, it's too late to back out now. We've committed to it. We've written the script. Like, the end, I don't mind that Snow White's like, this is my father's house. You took it from me, and you took it from us, all of us. She represents the people. I don't mind that. Everyone's like, you're promoting socialism. They're a community and they cared about their people. But like the end where they're all wearing white and then like dancing and like the choreography, they're all like laughing and like clapping above their heads. Like, it's so bad. Couple more things that were so cringy bad. Gal Gadot she's a goddess of our time in real life. She's a supermodel who can act. I love the movie Red Notice. She's great in that. She's like sexy and fun and sassy. I think she's kind of funny in it. Wonder Woman. She's Wonder Woman. She's so poorly cast in the role of the evil queen, and the musical numbers, like your jaw's on the floor. You cannot believe this happened and millions of dollars were spent. Giving this movie the benefit of the doubt, not everything was terrible. Another scene that was really moving that's not in the original was the huntsman and Jonathan are down in the dungeon in the castle. The evil queen threw them down there. Jonathan's trying to get free. The huntsman knows this castle. He's like, it's not gonna happen. It's pretty hopeless. Jonathan admits he had become a pretty weak man who was only out for himself. He says, I forgot what it's like to have courage, and then I met Snow White. She fought for us. She fought with us. She could have ran away and she did not give up on us. I'm not going to give up on her. It's cheesy, but it's a fairy tale. Those are the moments that we want. The huntsman is like, let's do this. Boom. Of course, these two strong men can pull nails out of a wall. The rest is history. Unfortunately, for all the work that all these characters put in, the last 20 minutes were horrifying. The queen ultimately destroys herself from her evilness, and Snow White and the kingdom are transformed. We don't really care about fairness when it comes to a fairy tale. We want Snow White and that cute guy who saved her life to be in the picture at the end together, like kissing, married with their baby. Okay, that's a fairy tale. That's what we want. What did you guys think? I know I'm a couple months late, but let me know in the comments what you thought. Give me your insights on the things that you hated. Maybe there's a few things that you loved. What do you think went wrong? Why on earth was this classic movie by Disney so butchered? What are your thoughts? Write in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think. Like and subscribe as always, and I'll see you next time.